So we went to uh, the three major RTM builders in Winnipeg. And the first one that we went to was Star Builders. And the second one we went to was Olympic Builders. And the third one we went to was McDermott.
Mm-hmm.
And we decided that we would go with McDermott.
But first of all, Gord, we approached you and asked you what you thought, and you said, with my health problems and stuff, you suggested that, well, maybe if that's what we wanted to do, that would be the best bet because there wouldn't be less complicated, and we're assured of having a home when we need it, and it would be pre-built, and we wouldn't have to worry about waiting for the cupboards or waiting for the flooring or whatever. It would be done.
Plus, we got to see it as it was being built.
Mm-hmm.
We went down and visited the factory. And in the two times that we were down there, it was, well, first it was just being drawn. And we saw a show home down there and fine-tuned what we wanted. And then the second time we saw it on the actual assembly line along with, was there 30 on the assembly line at the time?
Yes, it was a fairly big factory.
It's a big building. And we got to see what we wanted, and we got to make some modifications before it was actually built. And then the other part of that is we had to get a foundation to put it on, and that's where we got Gord.
Yes, thank goodness. Yes.
So Gord put together the foundation. That was a variety of contractors that he had, and I had to start looking at a sewerage system, like a new septic system and a well. So we had to make all the arrangements for subcontractors to do the infrastructure that was missing.
And we needed a furnace, and we needed air conditioning. What else?
The electrical had to be hooked up because the house comes in two pieces. So the electrical's only on one side of the house and has to be joined up to the other side of the house. We had to get a plumber who would plumb everything for us. We had to get a new well driller. We had to raise our land. And coordinate it all at the same time as the foundation was going in.
Plus the foundation had to be high enough so that we wouldn't be flooded again.
I think overall we're pretty satisfied with the house. There's obvious deficiencies, and we've straightened out almost all of the deficiencies. The other things that people don't realize is when you deliver an RTM, they're responsible to bring it to the site. You're usually responsible for arranging the crane to put it in place. And I didn't have any experience with that at all.
No.
So we hired a company through one of the builders, and they had the crane operator come out and take a look at the site and say, okay, the site has to be changed. Well, the house was already delivered here. So we were paying quite a bit. I think it was
$250 an hour?
$250 an hour.
While we waited for them to re-prepare
the site.
Yeah.
So we finally got the site re-prepared to his specifications. Then they backed the first half of the house down into the driveway, and they put the cables on, and he picked it up. As soon as he picked it up, because we had waited 4 or 5 hours, the wind caught it, and it started spinning in the air. So that was an experience that you don't want to have.
Yeah, you were a little nervous about that. I didn't even come out. I was too nervous. I said, I've had enough stress. I don't need...
We got it in place. First half of the home got down on the foundation. And the supervisor that was looking after the actual house landing on the foundation came to me and it said, the inside of the foundation isn't the same size as the house. And I said, well, how much are we out? And he said, somewhere between a half and a full inch. And I said, is it going to make a difference? He said, no, they're 8-inch walls. And I said, well, if it's only a half inch out.
Half inch out on a full foundation.
Somebody build a house or a foundation in one spot and build a house in another spot and have it fit that well. We were pretty impressed.
Yeah.
So then the second half of the house was back down, and it was craned up, and it fit into place. all the drywalling is already done. Even the cupboards are in.
Clean
the
it through.
carpet's in. They come in and they button it all up. Takes about a week, and you're ready to move in as
You
long
forgot
as.
to mention the night before when they told you you'd have to get a forklift for the
Oh, there was just there's quite a few logistics that you have to go through.
forklift for the
Shingles.
shingles. In St. Laurent, there's no forklift for any
At 9
shingles.
o'clock at night, I was supposed to find a forklift.
Yeah.
So we hand bombed the shingles 3 times.
Yeah.
90 bundles of shingles. Borrowed a trailer.
We were very happy with the house, though. Very impressed. I had no idea when I walked in what I was going to see, but it's
put it all
a
together?
beautiful home. And the foundation worked out thanks to Gord, and
And we
very
didn't
happy.
have to look after carpentry trades. We didn't have to look after drywallers. We didn't have to organize painters.
yeah,
All we had to do was
put the garages up. And
put the garages up and hire the people to put a furnace underneath it and put the ductwork, the electrician to hook up the wiring that was already in the walls, and the sewer and plumbing and
Yeah.
well. All in all, I think in the final analysis, we're about $20,000 cheaper than what it would have been to build on site.
And I think the quality of the wood and the quality of the cupboards, and I don't think we could have afforded the quality that is in this house by, if we paid for everything individually. So I think that's what I see anyway, and I might be wrong. You're the professional, so you probably know.
I told you it's a good house.
Yeah, it is. It's a good house. We're quite happy with this house.
The woodwork is all solid oak. The doors are all solid oak.
Cupboards,
The
cupboards
cupboards
are
are
maple.
solid maple. Carpet is high quality carpet. The windows are low E energy efficient windows. Argon. The other things that we got to do was we got to design it the way we wanted it. We
And see it before it's done. That was a big benefit for me, was the fact that we were able to see a house exactly the same and walk through it and choose the colors.
Yeah.
Like I just went with the colors that were in the home that we
the
saw,
show home.
because why would, you have a
professional
professional
designer had done it.
designing, so why not just go with those colors? So that's what we did.
That's where we got the idea for the doors, for
Yeah.
the types of doors
And the
that we have in this
carpeting.
house. The carpeting,
The color of the cupboards.
all of it.
Yeah.